right, so with Leah's help, I was able to get 3 of these posts installed. I'm just going to do the last one so you can see it. Basically, what we did is this one has a cradle because it wasn't the same dimension as the other side. So now it's 36 inches. If you notice, the bridge drops in there. Also, I was able to kind of align the twist in the bridge a little better. So if I was to build this again, I'd start with flat ground and better timber. Lee and I debated when we had the timber with it being warped, and we said, oh, we should get new logs. I said, well, let's use the worst case scenario because this is a test. It worked out, right? Off camera, Lee and I both walked over the bridge.
It was so cool. That was like so much fun.
There, I'm sure it wobbled, but we made it. It didn't kill us. And it's not very stable yet because there's no concrete, no pinions. But I can't say I felt safe. Did you feel safe?
I didn't feel it was.
It felt the promise of security.
Yes, exactly.
Without delivering security at the moment.
Once you got at the top, you knew it wasn't going to fall. Then it was like, okay, let me just jump off.
Yeah. Once you got. So, but once the concrete's poured over it, even if the wood rots out in 50 years, the concrete should have a form.
Yeah.
And somebody would be able to go in there and fix it if so inclined. I'm not building this so robust that somebody can't pull it out if they decide they hate it. And the last thing, as I've mentioned many times, is this is just an analog for the roof, and I wanted something low that I could inspect and go, oh, this is happening here. It might be happening on the roof, and then I'll go up on the roof and inspect.
So is this like a comparison?
It is.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's comparing what again?
I'm comparing the roof, which will be 20 feet above my head, because it'll be the same thing. There'll be coyote fence with pumice stone with concrete. And then the concrete, do I want to use styrofoam concrete, which would be free? And I think I do, to make the concrete a little lighter. Or do I want to use
earth bag too,
fabric in it? Not on the roof.
But on the bottom?
Yeah, not on the roof. Okay, so I made that square. The post will drop in. Then I've got some clamps that we clamp. And we square it up with this square, T-square. Right?
The level?
Yeah. And are these two the same this way? Or do I need to dig that out a little bit and push it back?
This one's a little taller.
Well, not taller. The tall part.
Yeah, you need to scoot it out just a little.
This way, right?
Yes.
It needs to go this way.
Yes.
Alright, so I do need to dig it out. Alright. And we did the same thing on the other ones. We dialed them in. And then ultimately, the bottom part here, once I chase this down with coyote fence, will be concreted in with a little ramp which will hold the ends. I think it'll be a very firm.
Were you going to put these real pretty red rocks around the wall?
You could talk about the red rocks.
So we found these red rocks yesterday. You can see it, all the different colors. I mean, they are just amazing, and they have like a little shine. So he's going to add this and maybe add some dye to make it look like a red rock road. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, a cliff. I want it to look like the red rock around in this area. Cliffs. Both of these buttresses will be like a cliff. And that's just decorative flair. There's not anything going on, but the comparative is one side will be the
colors are just amazing, if you can see that. And then you turn it this way, and it's, yeah. So you can see when it's a cliff-like how pretty that would look because of all the ends.
All right, now they look like they're the same.
Oh no, this one still needs to go out a little more. It's still a little off.
Nope.
Okay, right there.
Yeah. Right
there.
Square is here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Square is here.
Tool coordinates Got
Can
it.
you hold that for just a second? Again, don't let it bump. Still square that way. Not this way. So like I need to throw some dirt under it.
Oh, you want me to get a...
Yeah, I'll just use this dirt. Do it. Better. Perfect.
Yep.
You know, that's
Right
good
there.
enough for government work.
Oh, you already have one.
Got one, yeah. Oh, you got a couple? All right. Maybe stand out like this. I ordered new drill bits last night because I'm tired of this.
Oh, good.
I looked at drill bit sharpeners and they're like $150, 200, and I can buy a pack of drill for $9.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm like, okay, they don't want you fixing anything, you know. And the good ones that auto sharpen to the right angle, proper angle.
Actually, did you see it move?
I did see it wiggle, so let's see which way it wiggled.
Yeah. Felt that.
Yeah, that's so good. This one will do. You know, it's not as level. It's like a little, the bubble's touching one end.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Don't fall.
I know. This is like the perfect shirt for you to wear. You're like hugging a tree.
Oh, am I hugging a tree? I'm chugging a, yeah, sort of. See, I can't store stuff there. Just gets all tangled up.
You get it?
Just enough edge though.
Just enough to irritate you because it won't
It
come
was.
out.
It was like it was designed to stay. All right. You have another bolt. Alrighty, my- All right. So that'll do until I can pour some concrete. So the next thing to do is shape this into an arch.
Did you need your saw?
Well, you know, let's have some fun. Let's go drag one piece of rebar here
Okay.
and lay it over and see what the perfect arch will be.
Okay.
But yeah, the saw's in the back. This will need to be done. That needs to
Well,
be
do you
done.
want to get the saw real quick and cut the pieces while we're here?
Oh, the wood?
Yeah.
We're going to bring over those pieces. So we have to skin them. You know,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it's a process.
Yes.
I'll capture on the camera, but you know, it's so slow and boring that I don't know. These are okay. All right, the next thing we'll do is drop rebar in there just to see what the natural arch is, and we'll go from there.
And you got two different sizes to see
Yeah.
what... Okay. So, in your opinion, what do you think would work better? The thick one or the thin one? You really don't...
Well, structurally, you know, obviously the thinner one will. because this one's not going to yield me an arch. So this is longer than I expected.
Yeah. So
Right?
now it's
and I don't
touching.
see an arch forming up. Well, sort of, but not really. Let's try this. So you're right about needing to trump a bend in this. I'll need a little bend.
I think the smaller one actually, it bends better.
So, so after the pumice stone, I'll go ahead and
The smaller one,
Yeah.
definitely.
make the smaller one. But you see what the natural arch will be, right?
Yeah, it actually does.
So I'll cut it to size. I'll mount them here.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give me the thing, but that's what we're after. So this will get cut out. These will get cut out. So that's part of the carpentry now. So I'm happy.
Me too. That looks good. Were you still gonna think about using that for the railing?
Oh, this rebar for the railing? Yeah, I could. I have aircraft cable with the cable thing stuff.
Yes.
That's built for railing.
I think that would look really nice.
I think I will, once I get the arch in, I will build a piece here. I will put a rail here. So then the side skirt will be what I'll pour the mud against.
Yeah.
And the side skirt will be here holding it. And all of this will disappear. You won't see the weird little sizes that would be a trip hazard. And then when I pour the mud, I'll level it to match the arch of whatever the rebar gives me.
Exactly.
And that's how we'll do that.
Man, that's
Would you
gonna
put
look
that
so
in
good.
the bowl? All right. Let's start taking some things apart. I'm just going to do stop motion from here forward. All right, well, this is almost all the carpentry done. We'll take a walk over it. So everything's straight and level at the moment. You know, these were already twisted 6x6s that I bought from the scrap pile. So, you know, I wasn't, you know, these aren't high quality anything. The cedar that I used, some of it was already dead fell, which is never a good idea. Again, my whole idea is to build something that's a little more aged than the roof will be, so I can inspect this and then know what the roof is doing that's 20 feet above my head. So, but I'm liking it. I've been passing back and forth. Once I get the concrete on it and get the arch poured with the rebar, this thing isn't going anywhere. It feels real good. So down at the base, I tied in this log to the base to these, so they're pretty tight. The pumice stone, when I put it over the top, the whole purpose of that will be to keep the concrete from dropping through the cracks. So there'll be that. And then lastly, along the edges, I'll make straight, and then I'll put, you know, a little arched cedar that'll come up to a top knurl post that I don't have yet, a middle post. So this will actually have guardrails on it. So, you know, that'll be nice. Right now, there's no water in here, so it's a little bit of drop down. Not bad, 6 feet or something, but more than that, maybe 6 feet. Let's say 6 to 9 feet, depends on where on the arch. So it'll be an arch. I'll get some rebar on it. There'll be some pumice stone. Then there'll be concrete. This will be nice. And then, you know, all the tops will be cut to the same height. There'll be a little brass or copper top put on it. A little bit of Frenching on the millwork on the posts to make them decorative. I'm digging it. I'm digging how secure it is. Let's walk it together and see if we all fall through. So, you know, I'm a 240-pound man, and you know, I want to go side to side and try to break it. But walking over the top of it feels like a sure thing. It doesn't feel like a level thing, because each log has its own dimension, and you feel that on your feet. Very organic right now, but it won't be organic when I get the middle section done, and then I get in the guardrails and then pour the concrete. This turned out okay. It went from an ugly duckling that I thought about getting rid of to, well, let me try one more, you know, it's not done until it's done. And so then I did this. So this will do it for this part of the carpentry. When I do the guardrails and the center post and all that, that'll be its own video. But the bridge itself is totally built in a davinci style. I'm real pleased with it. Had I used high quality logs and started with knowing how to do it. But I would recommend anybody building one of these, build it without it, like 2x4 scrap, you know, build it once so that you get the angles the way you want it, so you understand how it fits together. And then, you know, buy the model like I did on Amazon. I just found a davinci model and bought it, and put it together a bunch of times, because you will mess it up at first. And I could have made this a 20-foot span, not out of the little skinny logs like that, but out of good logs I could have made a 20-foot span. It's still got a little ugly to it. You know, it's not completely balanced, but my style here is Spanish Mission. So the Alamos are nice, but they're not polished. They're very simplistic. They're very much like this. So I think I nailed that vibe. That's before I bring in the wrought iron, the center post, and then the wrought iron rails. And, you know, I'll put some clavos in it, make it decorative. It'll look really, really nice. So. All right, like, subscribe, follow me along. This is Steve with 1,000-Year Homes. I try to build stuff that'll last 1,000 years. Once the concrete's poured on that, it'll last a long time. Will it last 1,000, a bridge over a water? No, I do not think so. But I bet you it'll last 100 years safely before somebody will have to tear it down and do something with it. Maybe even 200 years.